By the start of the new year, I will be the best version of myself. Now on a scale 1 to 10, how much do you agree with this statement? If 10, then click off this video, because it is certainly not for you. I really believe that if you could only watch one more video, it should be this one. Rebranding your life and becoming the best version of yourself is simple, actually. When people like you and me say that we want to become the best version of myself, it means a lot of things. We want to get jacked, break every addiction that we got, and make more money. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what's the end goal of all this? Because let's be real, unless you don't stand for anything, you're gonna fall for everything. So why do you want to change? What's the reason of putting all the work in? If you clicked on this video and you're still watching it, then most likely you already know the answer to that question. It's growth. You could play video games and scroll on TikTok all day, but the reason you're watching this video is because you know that it doesn't give you fulfillment. And at the end of the day, fulfillment is one of the most important things for man in his life. I'm gonna give you 5-step bulletproof guide that can turn your life from a regular teenager who's addicted to instant gratification into successful student, an entrepreneur, or into Greek god. I know that it may seem hard to believe that I can give you all these souls in one video, but I'll prove it to you later on. Step 1. Embrace change. First step is taking about an honest look at your current situation that you're in. Consider every part of your life, what you're happy with, and also what you're upset about. Because I know that sometimes it may be hard to realize where you wanna go, but I bet that you know exactly where you don't wanna go. And identifying where you don't wanna go helps you to move towards the right direction. Think of this as a personal inventory where you list all the strengths and the areas that you wanna improve on. Here's an example to give you a clear idea. I'm 21 years old, I'm studying in college, but I don't feel like that's what I wanna do. I still live with my parents and I have a few friends that I'm really grateful for. I have a car, but I don't work out, and overall, I feel disappointed and hopeful. This exercise is just for you, so don't hold back. Now that you know what to work on, that brings me up to the second part of the first step, which is defining where you want to be. You've taken a great look at where you are right now, but it's only half the picture. Now ask yourself, where do I wanna be? Think about your future. This might sound like an obvious question, but have you ever sat down and actually think about where you wanna go in life? If not, don't worry, because now is the perfect time for you to sit down and truly figure it all out. Because remember, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to become great. Visualize the best version of yourself a few years down the line, like 3 to 5 years from now on. What does that person look like? Think about what truly makes you happy, what lights you up, and what goals you would find meaningful. But don't just go for easy wins. Aim high, but also try to keep it somewhat realistic. Because setting achievable but also very challenging goal is what keeps you motivated down the line. When you're setting goals, try to think about these key areas.
Do you want to be someone's employee or do you want to be your own boss?
What kind of relationship you want? Health, passions, hobbies, try to cover all that up. And like I mentioned earlier, also try to write down what you would not want to look like, which could look somehow like this. I'm 49 years old, I work at McDonald's, I don't have a wife, and I'm drug addict. This exercise might feel uncomfortable. It's essential to know the destination before you go on the road to get there. So take your time, dream big, and don't settle down for anything less than a future that genuinely excites you. Step 2. Remove distractions. Have you ever thought why you're not doing the things that you wanna do? You know what to do, you know how to do it, but you just refuse to do it even though you wanna do it. And you might think that it's just laziness, but the truth is different. The feeling of laziness, the feeling of brain fog. I realized that all of this was coming from social media. You know, the endless scrolling, playing video games all day. It feels good at the moment, but leaves you feeling even more drained and disappointed of your own self. I asked myself, TikTok and Instagram, why am I even on these platforms? Watching stupid videos drained me without adding any real value. So I cut out TikTok and set a timer for Instagram. Next, gaming. I've loved it my whole life. I knew that it was keeping me away from my true potential. So I gave my PlayStation to my little brother. Now when I'm reading or creating something, I'm fully present. Because these distractions that I called relaxations was in reality draining me even more. Now, step 3. Your surroundings. Let's be real, you are who you hang out with the most. Let me give you an example. If your 5 roommates are all hardworking, jacked individuals, one of two things is likely happening. You're gonna be the 6th one, or you're getting new friends. But on the other side, if all your friends drink, smoke, play video games, the chance that you're gonna do it with them is high. And it's not just some science shit, it's just one of the ways we connect is through shared values. Also heard of opposite attracts, which is true when it comes to personality. Way less true when it comes to values. So you're either gonna surrender your set of values or your set of friends. And I don't know if you need to hear it, but you are not being mean or cutting out your friends just because you wanna move on. Now, one of the last steps is to take actions. How many times have you known exactly what you have to do, but you just didn't do it? You wake up, you know your goals, but you just end up lying there thinking. And the more you think, the harder it feels. Whether it's just the dishes stacking up, the pile of homework, or the big dreams that keep haunting you. The longer you wait, the more it waits you. And the cure? Action. I used to be in the same trap, wanting to start something new, something hard, something I was passionate about. But I kept putting it off. I'll start by the start of the new year. Or maybe when I'm ready. But then one day, I stood up and realized that if I don't go there now, then I'm never gonna go there. And I packed my things and I went to the gym. And that was it. It was the beginning. From there on, one workout turned into 2, then 3, then 4, then 10, 20. And then suddenly, I was at the gym pretty much every single day, pushing myself further than I ever thought I am capable of. And by the end, by those first few months, I was way further than I thought that I will ever be. But it wasn't because I waited, it was because I took action, even when I wasn't ready. And yeah, it wasn't easy. There were days where I just felt drained. But the idea of quitting never really got into my head because, as I mentioned in the first step, I imagined the best version of myself and I didn't settle down for anything. So let's be real. Life's tough, bro. It has ups and it has downs. Here's the thing. The toughest part of the journey is starting. So what are you waiting for? Your dreams are literally waiting for you. Don't spend one more day thinking about them and actually take action. And I mean right now. Click off this video and go do the thing. Whatever it is on your heart, start thinking about it and just go and take the first damn action. Your life is in your hands and you have the power to change it. But it starts with the first action. So get out of your head, get into action. I got you in the next one. Peace out.